come on up. Now let me tell you about these three beautiful ladies. So Darlene started her business at the end of July of 1994. She has 214 qualified recruits. Darlene has earned excellence in the past years and in many years, countless years actually, in recruiting. This year Darlene has had many obstacles in her life. Her mom passed, she became a grandmother, her daughter got married, and she still earned a trip and she's still rocking her business. So that's how you persevere. All right, so then we have Miss Ida Harrison, who is a director under Darlene. Ida started her business in December of 2014. She has 18 career qualified recruits, with 8 of them being qualified, plus Ida earned the Bahamas cruise. All right, and then Miss Bobbi. Bobbi loved Pamper Chef forever. She hosted for about 18 years before she signed 6 years ago. She has earned excellence in multiple years in sales, but this year was the first time she earned it, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, she was the only one in all of us who earned TPC in excellence in 2 categories, sales and recruiting. And she has 58 career recruits, 41 of them being qualified. She has over $300,000 in sales, career sales. She's totally passionate about families being around the table and helping others, other women especially, to earn the income and the confidence in themselves, to live the life that they want. And she loves the trips and has already earned Puerto Rico as well. So, now you know why these three are sitting in this chair. All right, here we go. Question number 1. Darlene, what are some comments on virtual parties that you get that leads you to think that this person is interested in the business? And how do you approach it?
I've actually had people say, oh, I really like that. I've actually had people say, I really like that, but I'm not working right now. Or I have so many things on my wish list, I don't know what to get first. And I'll just tell them, have you ever thought about hosting your own party because you can get that free? Or, have you ever thought about owning your own business? Because it's a great opportunity and you can make money with it. And then I go to a personal message, a private message. And then I'll share a little bit about my story and, important to what I know about them. And if I know they had a small child, and I'd say, when I started, my daughter was only 3. And it put her through college, helped pay for her wedding. So, just all that.
Okay. Bobbi?
Sometimes, actually, the person has not indicated exact interest in the business itself, just I've noticed them making amazing comments on the products and just being very involved in the party and that kind of thing. So I won't comment to them publicly in front of everyone how great of a job they're doing. Oh my gosh, maybe you should just run the rest of this party, and silly things like that. And that kind of plants a seed in their mind and gets them thinking. And then as far as when they do ask questions and things like that, then I'll give my answers and do private messages as well.
Okay. Question number 2. What is one way you provide information about our opportunity to everyone at a show or a party? So we're going to start with Ida.
Well, I really recently started doing this, but I get enough the Life Tastes Great brochures that we have, and I give it to every guest at checkout. And I ask them, what do you think about the business? Because throughout my show, I'll tell them, watch me what I do, or if someone comments on, a product, I'm like, oh, you know more about this product than me. Maybe you should be doing this, etc. But I do, and even if they're not interested, I said, well, do me a favor. There may be someone that you come across that needs extra money or wants to stay home with their children or whatever. Why don't you share that with them? Share this with them. And I'll just be following up with you. I do call them all and I'll say, hey, have you had a chance to look at that that brochure I gave you? Do you have any questions? Or is there something in there that really piques your interest?
All right, the next question is, oh no, I'm sorry, Bobbi. No, you're supposed to answer this.
I like to do the ticket question and answer game. And I do that to share about recruiting at every one of my parties, no matter what. Because I give a good prize, and so I'll just say, you might not care to do this at all. You might not want to be the next Pamper Chef lady. I mean, I know I didn't. I hosted for 18 years before I did this. But bet you want this mix and chop, right? So, and then we go into the question and answer. All right. Everybody likes free.
Okay, so what are some of the home office tools that you use in your shows or parties that have been helpful in building your team? Ida.
Well, besides the Life Tastes Great brochure, which I put in all the packets, give it out to everyone. I also, in all my guest packets, I put the which kit fits you, and I'm constantly, whatever I'm demoing, and I make sure I'm demoing items that are in those kits, I'll say, oh, by the way, this is in the new consultant kit, or you can get this along with other products. I also make sure that they know if they buy a new consultant kit, you're buying the products for what, $8 each or something ridiculous. So they know, I could say, well, this manual food processor is more than $52.50, but you can get it for $8 when you buy the kit. So I use that.
Okay, Bobbi.
Okay, that's okay. Pamper Chef has made us amazing resources, and there is no need to reinvent the wheel, right? So I use the same things that Ida does, but I also call attention to the kit page in the catalog, because people need to hear things 5 times before they're even responsive to really listening to you. So talking about it over and over to the different products as you're demoing and all those things, but then calling their attention to the page in the catalog and talking about those 3 kits at that point. Usually comes up in a question and answer kind of a thing, but yeah, that's a great page in the catalog.
All right, and I'm sure those of you who are virtual sitting here thinking, well, I don't do live parties. How am I going to do this? Even though you're not in a live party, you have 7 to 10 days to interact, to get this same information to your guest at that party via a post.
Yes.
So don't think you can't do this because you're not at a live party, because you can.
You can go live too.
You
You
can
can go live, and there are little posts with the kits on it, pictures and all, and even sometimes in my virtual parties, I'm like with Jenny and all them. I love doing my live shows, but I'll do virtual parties. I'll put the product, and I'll put a picture of the kit next to it to say, look, it's also, and I'll do the same thing, saying you can get it for $52.50, or you can purchase the kit and get it so do the same thing.
Okay, next question is, how do you get someone from interested to an interview with you? Darlene. You want me to skip you? Number 4?
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's go with,
All right, I have number 4. I usually ask them if they want to learn more, especially at the checkout, or if they have any questions. And then I call it my CNC time, which is coffee in the chat. So I'll say, would you like some CNC? And they look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm, trying to give out drugs or something. But I'm like, no, it's just a coffee in the chat. I want to treat you some coffee, just answer your questions. And the reason I make a joke of it, because I don't want them to feel pressure. I don't want them to feel like, oh my God, this woman's going to make me sign up for something I don't want to sign up for, or etc. So I say, hey, hey Patty, how about some CNC? And they're like, what kind of drug you using? But okay. But I'll say, no, just a coffee in the chat. I'll treat you some coffee. We'll just chat a little bit and answer any questions you might have or any concerns you might have. Now, sometimes they'll say, I have to check with my husband, and I'll say, great, bring him along. I'll treat him to coffee too. So.
okay, so while you have that mic, how do you approach a maybe?
Oh, maybes are yeses to me. Maybes are yeses. To me, maybe means I am scared to freaking death, and I don't know if I can do this. So I make sure that I answer all the questions they have, and I'll say, okay, borrowing, you have all the money in the world, or whatever, you have all the time in the world. What's holding you back? Why do you answer maybe? And then I approach, well, I don't have enough time. No problem. I can help you with your calendar. Oh, well, whatever the reason is. So to me, maybes are yeses, and sometimes no's are yeses. Because even the no's I approach going, I understand you're saying no, but let me tell you what you're saying no to. But before you say no, I want you to know what you're saying no to, and then move on from there.
All right, Darlene, how do you approach a maybe?
I do the same thing as far as I assume it's a yes. And then I say, well, there's 2 ways you can get started. You could go ahead and order the kit now, and then you could be the consultant and the hostess. And, my average consultants get, $100 to $200 in cash. Plus, you're going to get the free products, like $140 to $215 on average free. Or you could host a show first and get $50 towards your kit, and get all the host rewards. But you're going to come out better if you order your kit now and you're the consultant and the hostess, because you're going to get more than $50 having a party.
Okay. All right, so next question. That's a good answer.
I think it's really important to look for the genuine reason that you think that your host should join your team. So you need to look at that person. They are a person that you want on your team, and you need to look for those genuine things. So I look for what I really feel they would be great at this business for. Maybe they are just a very caring individual, and I think they'd be a good leader. Or maybe they love to cook. Or maybe they really need money and they, just whatever the genuine reason is, I help them to see that themselves and to let them know that I have belief in them and that I want to help them. And that they're in business for themselves, but not by themselves.
All right. So what words do you use to offer the opportunity to your host, Bobbi?
Oh, that's a question I thought we were answering.
Oh, never mind. Forget that. Skip the trash.
That was the answer.
All right. How do you close a lead? How do you close your recruit lead? I
just simply ask them, what kit are we buying? What kit would you like to start with? And of course I highly suggest the higher kit, because they'll have more products in there that they'll fall in love with. So I just say, okay, I just say, what kit do you want to start with?
Darlene? No, wait. Let me see. All right, Bobbi.
I think that also it's really important at that point to, after you've asked, because obviously you have to ask, right? So after you've asked, if the answer isn't an immediate yes, then I want to know where they are from 1 to 10 in their process of figuring it out. If they're 8, 9, or 10, then or 8 or 9, I want to help them get to that 10 right now so we can get signed that day. And if they are lower than that, then I draw out the maybe or the why, what the reason is that they're lower on the list. So just knowing where they are in their process.
Okay, last question for all three of you. How do you get your potential consultants or leads off the fence? Those nagging fence sitters. How do you get them off?
The way that I get the people off the fence really is asking them what they're afraid of, what's holding you back, help them to overcome that, and then I also will offer them a $25 rebate to sign. So that's something that I do personally. Throw money out.
I would do the same thing with the rebate, but I just really know what their fears are. They're on the fence for a reason. Should I, shouldn't I? And I usually, sometimes I will, if I have a fence sitter, I'll say, okay, let's sit down. What's the pros, what's the cons? That's like any decision in life that you make, okay, list your pros, list your cons. And if we find out that her cons are more than her pros, I say, well, you know what, maybe not right now, it's not the right time, but maybe too much from now might be. And I always will, make sure I follow up with them.
Because it's about them.
Right, it is, it's about them. When I first started, Darlene was like, I think you make a great leader, and I'm like, you're crazy. I'm in this for 90 days, Darlene, and I'm out of here. And then a year later, I made a director, and I said, I guess it worked out. But anyway, but it is, it's about them. And at first, you become, it's about me. What if they don't sign? What if they leave me? What if you got to find out what's about them. And sometimes it's not the right time for them. And sometimes you go, okay, I think you'll do great at this, but right now that doesn't look like the right time, but let me follow up with you, because life changes.
You are worth the wait.
I love that. You are worth the wait. We talk about all the stuff that Darlene went through at the beginning of this year. Well, now we're in a better place, because we kind of went through a lot at the same time. But now we're in a better place, and now it's like, okay, we can kick it in. Well, that's the same for the potential recruit. right now might not be the right time. So, just, allow them to make the decision. It's about them. So let's list the pros and the cons. Most of the time, we know, we're in this business, we're doing Paper Chef. We know that the pros outweigh the cons. And so we have to allow them to see that.
Darlene?
I usually post them on the phone, and I say, if we order your kit right now, then, the next paydays would be the 8th and the 22nd of the next month. So any shows you do between now and the end of the month, you're going to get paid for those on the 8th or 7th now, I guess, if it's direct. And so anyway, okay, and then I tell them, and you can put it on your credit card. So, and you can just do enough shows before that time to pay off your credit card before the bill comes in, which is what I did, and I did it on my card.
All right, awesome. So y'all give these ladies a big round of applause. Patty's going to recap everything they kind of just said in a nutshell for you.
Oh my gosh, I hope, here, 27 years in the business, and look, I'm taking notes. So look down. How many of you guys took notes? Oh, yes, okay. All right, great job, by the way, you guys. Really, really, really good. So a couple of points that I loved. I loved that, because I don't do a lot of virtual, but I loved that you said, I'm taking them on, taking them off, is, going into the private message. So you acknowledge a post on the virtual event, and then you take it to a private message, okay? So that was really big. Giving everyone, I hope everybody got this, that Life Tastes Great brochure. You hear it all the time, you're like, yeah, do I want to invest in all that? I've got a couple, but giving every single person, and I think if you even say it probably during the show, which I'm sure that you do, say, hey, I'm going to hand every single person one of these. I love that. But here's the kicker. Does anybody remember what she does? She follows up. Look at that. Because guess what? The fortune is in the follow-up with everything. So that's huge. And to find out what they think. So what do you think? Pretty much everybody at your show at some point would love to own a business. Don't you think everybody sitting there would love to own a business? Absolutely. It's crossed their mind. So think of that when you're thinking of everybody there, like, oh my God, this would be the greatest business. You know what I always said? Is everybody should try this business out. Everybody. You know what? It's not for everybody, but it's certainly for everyone to try. And who are you to say, no, I don't think it would be good for her. Look, she has 4 kids, or, oh my God, she's got a full-time job. So I think that don't let that, hold you back. Okay, so I love this also. I think it was Ida that said that. Which kit fits you? Who said that one? Ida did that? Okay. So, and she refers to the product. So that was huge. So when you have a product in your hand that you're talking about, you mentioned that it's also in the kit. Anybody do that? Anybody do that? Okay. Oh, good. Look at some hands go up. Okay, great. I love that. And then you could do it virtually by using post and post. Okay, I love that. You're right. Pampered Chef has great resources. I can't remember. Bobbi said that, which was really good. They really do. And people need to hear things 5 times. How about that, right? So, and don't feel bad about telling them that. And you bring attention to the page, so that's huge. I mean, mentioning it throughout is really good. So, CNC, I'll follow you anywhere if you're going to offer me a cup of coffee. Come on, okay. And bring my husband? Okay, maybe not.
I just get so many women who say, oh, I really have to check my husband. I'm thinking, do you take him shopping with you everywhere you go? But okay, well that's great. I'd love to meet him. Bring him with you.
I love it. Okay, so I got one more. Okay, the confidence. So everything's black and white. Lots of confidence. All 3 of you. You talk about things and you oozing with confidence. Like, just give this a try. And it is about acknowledging genuinely, so I know Bobbi said that, because honestly, that's what I think is, that, I know how much you love people. I know how much this would be great for you. I know how much, you could use the money. Your kids are starting all of these classes. So, okay, I'm off.
The gong show.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. She had a pulsey. Thank you, ladies.
We're trying to make sure we get you out of here.
I know. I'm sorry. My apologies.